was mine, nothing to deny. Who's that other guy? Are you wasting my time? All these crazy fears that ends with bloody tears. Oh baby, we keep prepping long nights. Rock your body whole life. Don't bother the world side. Twerk it like a Vegas stripper, dollar money stage mine. Billions in a cage fight. Fuck that thoughts and get high, and get high. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Living on the edge sometimes, alright. Fame is how we ride. Life is all about time. Feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Alright. Eat like alright. Eat is how we ride. Right. Eat feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's all about the mind. The mind. The mind. The mind, yeah. Tired of being sober, never getting older. I got all the time, would you pour some wine for me? Smile for me, and not grind on me, yeah. We keep prepping long nights, rock your body whole life. Don't bother the world side, twerk it like a Vegas stripper, dollar money stage mine. Billions in a cage fight. Fuck that thoughts and get high, and get high. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Living on the edge sometimes, alright. Fame is how we ride. Life is all about time. Feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Alright. Eat like alright. Eat is how we ride. Right. Eat feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's your mind, your thoughts, your life. So don't you bother the worst knife. We are all the same. You don't have to explain, no. Just stay in your lane. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Living on the edge sometimes, alright. Fame is how we ride. Life is all about time. Feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Eat like yeah. Eat is how we ride. It's how we ride. It's all about time. The world, yeah. Our sight. It's all about the mind.
Ask you what you're thinking about. Ask you what you're dreaming about. Say your life is full of doubts. You don't know what you're talking about. You tell me what's on your mind, but how can you be so blind? I am the one who's hurting, but I'm just a burden. In the chaos I see the bliss. In the mayhem I see the abyss. Just when you needed them the most, they're just ghosts. In the chaos I see the bliss. In the mayhem I see the abyss. Just when you needed them the most, they're just ghosts. They're just ghosts.
Is this season still Black Cleaver Rush? No, it's not. This game I might do Black Cleaver though, because I'm going for a scaling build since it's TF split. I'm gonna go Black Cleaver, Maw, Death Dance, because I already have the 10%. The cooldown reduction increase doesn't matter that much for me. So the build this game is gonna be Black Cleaver, Merc Treads, Maw, what else? Death Dance, GA, most likely. That's gonna be my build.
Fill up your emptiness. I don't know what else to say. I can feel you pull away. You don't understand.
able to do that. It's okay. See, you see, that's why I took the resolve tree. So basically, each one of his Qs in the end only does 5 damage to me because of the Doran shield plus the rune passive. So I end up every single Q that he does ends up doing like 5 damage to me. If you notice, if you look at my health bar, not even. Here, if he gets the auto, when he gets the auto, that's when he gets damage off. And once I get my shield, I don't really get damaged anymore. The only bad thing here is that I don't have a stopwatch. I sacrificed that for this, for the ability to not get damaged by him early. This is a bad gank. We don't get anything out of this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was gonna be a bad gank anyway. Enemy double kill. I don't really mind. This game, if I lose this game, it's not gonna be on top lane. Because the thing is that when you play correctly against Akali or TF plays champions, it basically becomes a 50-50. It's the roll of the dice whether you get the better team or not. Like from both sides. He won't be able to do anything, but I won't be able to do much. It's gonna be based on that. So let's see what happens, boys. You're not gonna be able to poke at all. You can poke, you just have to walk away. As soon as you throw the Q into a brush, or walk really far back so the minions will start hitting you. One TF lane. Come on, TF lane. Then my very first item I get, Hex Drinker. Second item, Merc Treads most likely, or I can start going for the Black Leader with a Phage. Yeah, see where I'm going with this matchup? You guys see how I play this match? It's not very fun for him or me, so. But it's the same way you play against an Irelia, a really good Irelia anyway. Both of his champions have like the same style of laning. I got level 6, so I should know that he's gonna get level 6 soon. Be right back, friend. How do I deal with a range matchup? I have some YouTube videos on it. You can watch for some range matchups that I've played. But it's basically has to do with the minion aggro. With minion aggro, how you abuse it. If they auto attack you once, all your minions shoot at him, and you get damage off, etc. If you don't know how to do that yet, you should look up guides on how it works and everything. I don't really have any guides on that myself.
I'll be there for you. Call me when you're lonely, dancing on the roof. It feels like rendezvous. You know what to do. Keep your love for me only. I get high on you, yeah, you.
He still has the hourglass. The only reason I know that I can't kill him is that that's the only thing that is preventing me from killing him at this point. But can't really do much. I know his cooldown on his shroud is like 8 seconds after he places it. Right now it's 10, 9, 8, and it just keeps going down. So it's actually relatively short. I need to watch for TF. One thing I do need to watch out for in this game. I'm probably gonna get Merc Treads, even though I said I would want to get a Phage, just because of TF. He might try to gank top lane. Where's the TF right now? I'm scared of him. I'm more scared of the TF than I am of the Rek'Sai right now, honestly. There he is. I need him to ult for me, I need him to ult for me. Ult for me, ult for me, ult for me. I'm dead. Yeah, their jungle middle are just way too far. I don't think I can do anything here. Damn, that sucks. So that's what I was talking about, like the RNG factor. If my jungle and mid lane win, I win the game. If his mid lane and jungle win, he wins the game. That's usually how these matchups go. That's why I don't really like playing a league that much at that like super high level, because it's just based on like it's really team. What do you call it? I mean, the game in general is team play, but once you get the higher you go, the more team oriented it is, until to the point where like you don't affect the game nearly as much as you would be. It's It's meh. Should we just jump over the wall, fam? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I still think it would have been rough. Let's see. Maybe Vayne can get fed enough and carry this. The more defensive options you have, the more stale the game gets, because you don't get to basically carry from punishing others' mistakes. It's more about just waiting and see what happens later in, but like with the whole team and everything. Boo. I don't know. If there was no jungle interaction or anything, this matchup would just be this. It would be a farm fest. We would never kill each other until later in. And I think late game, Riven beats Akali, like with her items and everything. So. Okay, she doesn't have the stop watching. She built it into a full hourglass first item. Like right now, I have kill potential on her. The problem is there's a TF and there's a Rek'Sai that are extremely fed because they beat each other. I have no way to actually counteract that from my side. He thinks that Talia is trying to dive him. So that's why he backed off so far. So you didn't see her on the map. Right back. Let me make Merc Treads real quick. They used to do Warhammer into Black Cleaver. Yeah, that's fine. No issue with that. And there goes Rek'Sai. the guy that's way too fed for me to be able to handle, so I have to leave the tower. It's unfortunate. I'll be back up then. You see? There's nothing I can do in this type of situation. This guy is outplaying this guy way too hard for me to be able to like do anything, so it becomes a farm fest. This guy's outplaying this guy way too hard, so we can't really do much in that situation either. Then they start flaming each other, and it's League of Legends at your service. So guide on the mini aggro for ranged matchups, I could do one. I feel like there's already so many guys for that though. Actually, I don't think there might be that many. There is one video where I show how to get rid of mini aggro in situations where you're playing Riven, and it's really useful. But I don't think I've posted it in a very long time. It's called Lane Trading Tricks on my YouTube. Easy game to be honest. Yeah, this is exactly why I don't like League that much anymore. Like I don't like it. It's so like at least maybe it's just because I play like in Challenger and it's like high elo and like when you play in this elo and someone fucks up, that player is usually the reason you end up losing or winning. Like it's not necessarily your ability to carry that much. It's more about the ability of your teammates to fuck up. Whoever has the least fucked up teammate technically wins most of the time. Now, this isn't the case for lower elo. Like, for all the way to like D3, that's not the case. But after, I think after D2, D3, it's getting more oriented towards that individual that might, you know, get completely fucked. Me and the Vayne can probably carry this game though. As long as this guy doesn't feed too hard and it's semi-useful, we can probably do it. Because Vayne is extremely overpowered right now in the current patch. I can't go top lane because TF pressure. I can't go. I can stay middle, I guess. Best thing I can do. I actually can't go up there. I don't want to take this guy's farm though. He's already weak enough though. Should be a dive coming. I actually can't stay with these two. Actually, I can stay for now because they can't get to me that quickly. It's literally the same thing like the other day when I was playing against. You guys remember the other day I was playing against TF played, and he had that one Evelyn player that like really sucked ass, so he couldn't do anything. So basically, just auto lost the game. The same situation. What he's saying is that isn't that the better team wins? No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, I guess you could take it that way. But what I'm saying is that usually the ability to be able to carry, the higher the elo you go, the harder it is. So like when you're in Challenger, the ability to solo carry games is a very rare thing to see. It's a very rare thing to see. At least when you play against an opponent that's in your level. But if you play against someone that's way lower skill than you, then you can actually solo carry from them. So for example, this guy is way higher skill than this guy. This guy is way higher skill than this guy. So there's, you know, their ability to carry the game is much higher than, for example, mine or TF players would be, depending on the team. Again, we can still win though. The only reason we can still win is because of this guy, the Vayne. Because Vayne is extremely powerful, like I said earlier. So I just have to basically peel for him. That's our win condition, essentially. know why Vayne got so OP, because it's technically a tank meta. And this item, what do you call it, the relic, makes Vayne's laning phase a lot easier to do. The thing with Vayne is that she has a weak laning phase, or is supposed to have a weak laning phase, but if she can get through the laning phase, then it's a lot easier to be able to scale with her. Why is Area tryhard keystone? Usually when you go in matchups where if they get even remotely fed, it makes it so your team can't win. What you do is that you really want to be able to get the resolve tree essentially. Go Vayne, try to see what you can do. Good try. The reason it's more tryhard is because it gives you the thing when you take spellbook is for the utility later on, where you don't necessarily care that much about lane. You can still get kills, but it's a little bit less powerful than say if you had say if you had with Eerie you technically get more damage than you would if you had Ignite with spellbook, but the difference is that you get a lot more you get a lot more damage with Eerie. You just basically get a lot more damage with Eerie compared to the Ignite. The only reason we go spellbook on Riven right now in the current stage is because you get basically for the utility of the flash. But if I'm going against an opponent that I know is good, someone that can actually punish me for using this and kill me, I can just use this and completely negate the ability for him to be able to carry. So that's what I did. I went even with him in lane. I tried to get a kill when I could, but he has a stopwatch as well. And if you can't kill him and he can't kill you, his percentages to be able to carry a game are much lower than if you just went like spellbook and tried to trade with them and say you ended up dying. That's the difference. At least in high, once you get to high elo play to players that are even with you in skill or better, it's better to play this way than playing the standard cheesy trying to get kills, get ahead, and carry way. That doesn't work out too well. Alright, let's back it up here. I'm gonna go for Black Cleaver now. Maybe if we manage to scale enough, we might be able to do something. I'll TP back. Well, I need a ward to be able to TP. I won't TP. We might lose Baron out of this though. That's Baron, I'm pretty sure. Not much we can do about that though. So higher elo, less fun, JK. Depends. If you're going for professional play, if you're actually going for professional play, high elo might be more fun in that aspect. But it's still really frustrating for a lot of the pro players because imagine you're going, for example, Bjergsen. If Bjergsen is going against Liquid Mickey or whatever in solo queue, and then Bjergsen's bot lane is like D5 or no, let's say D2, and then but his enemy bot lane is double lift. Bjergsen's ability to carry that game is gonna be much smaller than if he had, well, the other player. See what I'm saying? This is only a problem exclusively to high elo though. Like if you're in Diamond or lower, like Diamond 3 or lower, this doesn't apply. This is completely different. This is only a problem that only goes for high elo. I think it's one of the reasons that pro players don't like playing solo queue as much as and everyone gets their shit for. It's because, well, it's not a good practice environment. It's good for practicing mechanical skill and champion, or even just champions, but for actual training, it's not that good. Diamond is high elo ammo. No, with the way they play. I said Diamond 2 or Diamond 3 or Diamond 2 or higher, that's when like you actually need to start caring about this stuff. But even then, if you're challenger, Diamond players are already like really, really bad. Like you just not even in the same category. You're looking at it overall. By your definition, gold is high elo. gold is not really a high elo, man. Yeah. Let's go back. Super long queue times for shit games. Well, I used to do back when they had dynamic queue, not dynamic queue. Was it dynamic queue? I don't remember. We used to have like 50-minute queue times, and the game still sucked. So, because the matchmaking still had to put a diamond player in one of our teams because there's just not enough population. It's not like a Korean server. Let me go get Phage real quick. D2 is basically the same as Challengers. Challengers just play a lot more. You're trolling. That's not even the case. That's not even remotely the case. The difference between a Diamond 2 and a Challenger player is the difference between a Gold 5 player and a Diamond 3 player. That's how far the distance in skill is. At least for the ability to carry. The ability to play even, it's not really that different. Is it just me or is Orin disgusting in late? He's pretty strong, yeah. That's why he's getting nerfed, but his nerf is weird. Alright, we need to play this very, very smart to be able to even try to win this. I'll go bottom real quick. They need to do something right now, because I can't keep these two. Good luck. Yeah, we lost it. GG. Not as big as the margin as you make it seem. Tell you what, tell me what elo you are. Give me your OPLA GG, so I can say whether you actually know the difference in elo or not. Endeavor HSC. That's how I end up the argument. Do you actually know the difference? To actually know the difference in elo, you have to be that elo. Otherwise, you don't actually know the difference. It's like you're telling me, for example, the difference between like the highest level of basketball and the NBA. It's like you know the difference. You're telling me you know the exact difference, but like unless you're actually there, you don't know the difference or what you need to actually be there. It's like saying Bill Billick doesn't understand the difference in football players because he didn't play pro. What are you talking about? It's a completely different thing. No different, but like you can't know the exact. If you put two players next to each other, for example, let's say in the NBA or anything like that, you can't tell me drastically, like compare them to like knowing exactly the exact difference, or like the difference between them in tiers. It's because right here in League we're comparing them from like a tier, like say Diamond, Challenger, etc. In the NBA and all that, you're comparing them. They're basically in the same league. It's hard to compare them. You can only look at statistics, like oh, how many free